Hi there, so you've heard about the UMIDIGI G9T, right? Maybe from a random Amazon scroll or just from a friend who just got his last week. But here's the thing, everyone is still wondering if this budget smartphone is a hidden gem or just another cheap smartphone trying to play in the big leagues. Well, you're in the right place. Just sit back and relax, maybe grab a tea or coffee, because I'm about to take you through a chill real-world tour about this device. No jargon, no hype, just the truth. Now, let's start with what comes in the box. G9T comes with some surprises. Inside the box, you get the phone itself, of course, a soft CPU case, USB-C cable, 18 watts fast charger, and finally, the user's manual, which we all pretend to read. First thoughts, for a budget smartphone, it feels generous, like actually useful accessories, good start. Now, let's talk about design. First impression, this device is slim, light, with 6.75-inch display. It is slim and comfy for one-handed use. It feels great in the hand and it won't break your wrist if it falls off on your face while scrolling in bed. The matte finish is classic and it doesn't scream cheap, but it quietly whispers, I'm humble and I've got you. Buttons are clicky. The fingerprint scanner is built into the power button on the side, and yes, we have got a headphone jack for headphone lovers. But what I say about the design, it gives a minimalistic vibe, budget price, and surprisingly premium look. Okay, now let's talk about the screen, because this is something that can really shape your experience, whether you're watching videos, reading, or just dumb scrolling at 2 AM. The UMIDIGI G9T comes with a 6.75-inch IPS LCD display. Now, that's a big screen for watching YouTube videos, streaming Netflix, and even reading ebooks. It's big without feeling bulky. Resolution-wise, it's HD+, which is 720 by 1600 pixels. Now, I know what you'll probably be thinking. Wait, only 720p in 2025? Fair reaction, but here's the thing. On the screen this size, text still looks clean, images are sharp enough for casual use, and colors actually pop better than you expect. The game changer is the 90 refresh rate, which means smoother scrolling, better animation, and a more fluid feel overall, especially when you're flipping through social media feed or browsing. And trust me, once you use the 90Hz, going back to 60Hz feels like stepping into a slow-mo. So, while the UMIDIGI G9T isn't unique with its resolution, it holds its own, especially when you consider the screen size and the refresh rates combined. And compared to phones like the Samsung Galaxy A04, it literally feels smoother in the hand. Now, what about brightness? It's not flagship level, but indoors and shadow areas, you have no issues at all. Under direct sunlight, you probably squint a bit, but that's the case for most budget smartphones. Touch responsiveness is solid, watching videos totally fine, and you won't be pixel peeping, but for casual content consumption, this display is more than capable. Overall, you're getting size, smoothness, and satisfaction without paying its flagship price. And if your main use is streaming, scrolling, or typing out memes, this display will treat you right. Now, let's talk about performance, because what's the point of a nice looking smartphone when it freezes every time you open TikTok, right? The UMIDIGI G9T is powered by a Unisoc T606 chipset. Not exactly names that turns head like the Snapdragon or Dimensity, but for everyday use, this chipset holds down surprisingly well. Let me break it down. It comes with an octa-core processor which clocks at 2 GHz. It also has a 4 GB of physical RAM plus a 4 GB of virtual RAM, which makes it up to 8 GB in total. It also comes with a 128 GB of internal storage out of the box, and yes, it is expandable to up to 1 TB with a use of micro SD card. That virtual RAM kicks in when you're running multiple apps and helps in multitasking. It won't turn this device into a flagship killer, but it keeps everything smoother than expected. So, what can it actually do? For casual daily tasks like browsing, messaging, YouTube, Netflix, social media scrolling, and day off, it runs buttery smooth. Switching in between apps, there is a tiny delay, but nothing to kill the vibe. Like games like Subway Surfer, Candy Crush, absolutely runs with no problem. Mid games like Call of Duty Mobile or Free Fire, totally playable on low to medium graphics. High performance games like Genshin Impact or PUBG on high graphics, hey, you're asking too much. It runs, but expect stutter and hitting after a few minutes. Now, let's line it up with similar phones in the same price class. So, if you're a fan of the UMIDIGI G9T, give this video a like. The UMIDIGI G9 actually gives you a good balance here. While others strip down features to save course, the G9 throws in decent multitasking muzzles, strong memory, and enough performance for anyone who is trying not to win the esports tournament. Plus, it runs on Android 14, which is light and optimized, so things like scrolling between apps, loading Instagram Reels, or using maps feels snappy. And the good part is there is no bloatware, so it doesn't weigh down as a suitcase full of unnecessary apps. For the camera, here is where honesty wins. The camera is fine but not amazing. The main camera shooter is a 13 megapixel paired with a 2 megapixel depth sensor. For the front, it has an 8 megapixel selfie camera. The images are not impressive, I won't lie. I just feel like a software update will fix all of this. So guys, take a look at the photo samples and tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. For battery, the UMIDIGI G9T comes with a 5000 mAh battery, which means all day use. Streaming, browsing, or video calls, this device does not sweat. And when you do run low, you get 18 watts fast charging. I know to some people that's not fast enough, but you get back 50% battery life in about 45 minutes. Basically, if you have battery anxiety, there is nothing to fear. Now, here are a few things you should keep in mind. No device is perfect. So, there is no NFT, which means Google Pay does not work here. The screen is not full HD and it's not built for heavy gamers. And sadly, it has average camera. Now, let's wrap things up. To be clear, this device isn't built for mobile gamers or photography geeks. But if you're a student, first-time smartphone user, parents trying to buy a phone for its kid, traveler with a backup device, the UMIDIGI G9 might be your perfect match. The UMIDIGI G9 is not here to blow your mind, it's here to do the job and it does it really well. It's smooth enough for daily use, battery does not quit, clean Android experience, and at the price of about 170,000 naira according to Jumia, this device is perfect as it will help you save money for other things in life. So, if you need a smartphone that is honest, reliable, and surprisingly smooth, the UMIDIGI G9T right here might just be your daily hero. Don't sleep on it. For more tech content review like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you in my next one. Bye and bye.